for you, and I haven't done it in a while, and so today is the day. I have 3 separate bags I need to prep. So we're doing a clear shoulder bag by Kaya Papaya. We're going to do, with this, we're going to do a Raga Brash gym bag, but make it as an overnight bag. And I have to do a Rowena that is themed to Alice in Wonderland. I am wondering though, should I get my laptop so that I can see everyone's comments? Let's do that. Laptop is your friend. And I should probably all let you know that I'm here because I haven't done that yet either. We're going to put this on silent. I am live. I'm very creative with my stuff, as you can tell. This was a spur of the moment thing, so we're going to just be doing prep today. Give it a minute. I am live. Here we go. Let you all know I'm here. Oh, good. Now I can see everyone's comments, and there's heaps of us here. How wonderful. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I am on today. It was not my intention to be doing this live, but then I thought, why not? So, my friend is like pink obsessed, so I bought this with her in mind, and she's picked a bag. So this is the bag we're going to make. Hello, Sandra. I've got tubs everywhere. Doing it on this vibrating pad is going to be absolutely interesting because it's already quite interesting. But, you know, whatever. It'll be fun. Now, this is a waterproof canvas, which is so cute, by the way. It's cherries. I can't even remember where I got this from. It almost feels like a curtain backing. I know it's not, but that's what it feels like. She does love pink. She's like a walking Barbie in the best possible way. I don't mean that as an insult. Like, she's adorable. She's always in like beautiful pink. She's my hairdresser, actually. She got blonde hair. She looks fabulous. Anyway, so we are gonna do this. Hello, cat. I need a pen and some scissors, and then I'm gonna get back on the vibrating board. I used to do this back like 2 or 3 houses ago. I used to cut things out on a video while on this vibrating pad. It's good for your legs and circulation, and considering I sit down a lot, it's probably just going to be good for me in general. You bend your knees and then your top half stays dead still, and works your legs without actually having to go anywhere, so I can multitask. So we're just going to trace this. This is just paper. I haven't laminated it or anything. I cut it out this morning because the last one I threw out. Just because I can't keep everything on hand at all times. We need to be very realistic about this, right? There's only so much space in my house to hoard things. Anyway, so we're going to just trace around this with a pen and then just cut it out. Now, because this is a waterproof canvas, I don't have to interface it, which is nice. Also, look at my atrocious drawing because I'm on this board. This is not a gimmick or a stunt. I'm just doing it because I've decided I need to do more exercise. And this is a really good way to do it. Cool. So that's that. And then I need a slip pocket. Now, it does say fold, put it on the fold, but I want to have a lining on one side and the vinyl on the other. So actually I'm going to put it up here so that we don't waste this little random section up here. I also, I had a market on Friday and then it got cancelled the morning of because of weather, which was so just rude. Not happy about that at all. So this pattern is Kaya Papaya Clear Shoulder Bag. I have done a video on this before. I might end up doing it as a live. I don't know. I've got 3 bags I need to make and 2 Yetis I need to engrave. I'm not going to get all that done today. I also think that I am going to go and get a bit of a day job. I'm not quitting YouTube. Please, nobody freak out. But I don't get the views I used to at all, which is fine. I understand life. And I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not disappearing, I promise. But I thought maybe I could just get like a day job for a couple of hours on a couple of days a week. Of course, I'm going to go work at Spotlight, hopefully, because then I will be privy to all the new things that come in, and it will double up, because when I'm working now, I will absolutely want to buy more fabrics. So you'll see things that are actually out at the time. Oh my god, bend my knees more. This is so hard to do on this thing. I forgot how hard this was. I don't know why I come up with this plan. Question, have I done any patterns by sewn ideas? I don't think I have. Yes, I would also get a discount, which is a bonus. But I would also be privy to things coming up, and so I could let everybody in Australia know what's happening. This is in no way meaning I'm quitting pattern writing, and I will still do my goth market because I'm obsessed. And I will still be crafting. I just might do like, 2 days a week, maybe. It would also give me social interaction. I don't do a lot of social interaction anymore because I'm in my house by myself all the day. That sounds like a good financial decision. I mean, you're not wrong, right? Any discount's a great discount. But I would also probably then start going, you know what? Why don't we use this non-fabric that shouldn't be used for this reason, And I will get to see more things. I'm a little bit out of the loop living in my house, right? I am a very social person. I feel like it's going to be very good for my socializing and seeing what's new at Spotlight, because I don't just go there to peruse. I go in, I get what I need, and I leave. And that's it. I'm not a peruser of Spotlight. Whereas they would probably have me on, like, unpacking stock, which means I would get to see it as it comes in. And I just think that this would be, socializing and seeing crafty things. And then, of course, my brain will run wild with this plan. I am a very social person. If you ever come to my markets, you will see that I talk to everybody. And I probably am up in their face a little bit more than I should be. And that is probably in largely part due to the fact that I sit at home by myself all the day and I'm not socializing. And I feel like I want to do more of that. Now, I broke I've taped it back together. This is my Tory pocket. We make peace with such things. I have another one coming from Sandra and a very, very amazing bag. It's just not in the mail yet, so I wouldn't be able to afford to work at a sewing store. So I'm still going to stick to my, I am still on a budget, and I am still very committed to using up all of my fabrics. I really need to buy more waterproof canvas. But I'm not, because I'm trying to use up what I have. I'm trying very hard to just stick to what I already have, unless it's a custom order, right? Custom orders, I will obviously buy what I need, which is the Rowena. You're going to see some fabulous things that I bought for that, because they were very specific in what they wanted, and I didn't have anything even close. But I am still sticking to my commitment to have less stuff while still buying things from Spotlight. Oh, it's finished. That's fun. That was 10 minutes of the vibrating thing, and now I feel weird because it's not moving. Anyway. So we're going to just make it a Tory pocket while I'm standing here. It'll be fine. This stuff is lovely and thick, actually. I really wish I could remember. I could go back and find it, where I got this from. I want to say Mirzen. I do. Anyway, please go live when you make this handbag. I mean, I probably could. But yeah, I'm not going to stop doing patterns, although I have noticed that there's so many pattern designers now that, I don't know, I feel like we're all getting lost amongst each other. Each to their own. Everybody deserves to make patterns and try and make money and all the things. That's not at all what I'm saying. But I just feel like there's currently so many that I feel like maybe all my patterns are getting lost amongst the others, which is, not great. Also, dichotomy in the war. I don't want to talk about, oh, whoops, I just turned that on again. I don't want to talk about politics, but political things are wrecking my day. Turn off. Oh my God, stop it. I'm going to just move it out the way. Ugh, better. Right, I did my 10 minutes. That's all we're doing. Tory pocket. It's easy to just draw it down, then I don't have to worry about it later. So, Tory pocket, main panels, and a slip pocket. It does say cut on the fold. What I'm going to do instead is cut 2 separate pieces and then have a seam at the top. I don't mind that. It's going to give me waterproof on the inside and then prettiness on the outside. It's also going to use up less of this very fancy stuff. Think of these things, people. But no, I miss being social. So I am probably going to go, maybe even today if I can, you know, get organized enough. I might even go today and put in my resume. I'm sure they'd hire me. I used to work there. I know how to do stuff, and I was a very, very quick unpacker of things because I used to use Spotlight as my gym workout. So I feel like I'm pretty much just going to go back to doing that, since even though I've joined a gym, I still can't get motivated enough to go there. It's a personal failing on my behalf. Now, what I'm doing is I'm making my life easier by, this is Empress templates, if anybody's wondering what the hell I am doing. I'm not making an Empress, but I want the cargo pocket because this pattern has a cargo pocket and I may as well just use this one because now life is easier. You can cut it on the fold or you can cut 2. If you've got directional fabric, cut 2, add a seam allowance, make it that much smaller, or you can add a 1/4 inch and then cut, like whatever. World's your oyster, people. Do whatever makes you happy. I'm looking for a dual side satchel bag for my trip to Europe. Ooh, that'd be fun. May I suggest going overseas? I hear lots of horror stories. You should get the RFID fabric. I have some. I think it was like 20 bucks a meter from AliExpress. I know. Not everybody loves AliExpress. I understand your concern, but that's where I found it. So the RFID fabric, you just do the outer layers of it so that people can't like digitally steal your stuff. I hear horror stories online. This would just prevent that problem, especially if you're going to make your own bag. And RFID bags from like a shop is like $180 for a basic bag. You could make it cheaper and be fabulous. That's my life advice to you. A dual-sided satchel bag. Can't you just do a normal satchel bag and then put pockets on both sides? Like, you could do that. Absolutely. This is getting blunt again. How rude. So rude. I mean, I've got a basic cut line, so that's going to be helpful. Hello, cat. He wants me to kick his ball. I swear to God, he thinks he's a dog. I literally just had to kick his ball for him. Bloody obsidian. He's also decided that I must wake up early. The second he hears me, like, take my morning breath, he jumps up on me and then starts, like, I don't know, rocking either side of my leg until I lift him in the air. Such a weirdo. AliExpress is not that bad. It's like eBay back in the day. That's all. It's just like it's just eBay, but everything comes from China. And okay, I had one thing delivered to the wrong house and they absolutely refused to reimburse me and I had to throw a full tantrum and then I still didn't get reimbursed. But that has happened once in the many years I've purchased there. So like, it's not all bad. Just saying. Billy 50 had like a classic satchel. I don't know if she still has a website. She used to have a website. Because everybody's been messaging me about the hippie bag. Like the combi bag. Which I don't I have a copy, but I can't sell it to people because she asked me to stop, and I respect people's wishes. But, so we're doing the slip pocket in this because the last bag I had a darker version of this and we made the whole bag in it. And because of the type of vinyl it is, it just cracked. And so now it looks crap, so we're making a new one that's going to last longer. And this will just work out fine. But RFID fabric in a bag that you're going to travel overseas with, I think is just a smart move. Because if you go to like Strand bags in Australia, an RFID bag is $180. And it's literally just an extra layer of, like, you could just treat it like an extra layer of interfacing. I would put it in the seam so it'll catch, and that's it. That's my personal advice, at least. Chop. Anyone from Scotland? I love that we are internationally togetherness. Makes me want to start a cult. I'd be a terrible cult leader. I'm too unorganized. Too chaotic. Would be so cool. We could start a crafting cult, people. Alright, then we just fold this over, and this is why I like it still being paper. You just fold it over and then cut the main bag. I've done that. And because I've done waterproof canvas, I don't need to cut the medium non-woven interfacing, which is awesome because cutting interfacing can get so annoying. I am going to have to cut it for the Alice bag, and I am going to have to cut a lot of interfacing for the gym bag or overnight bag that is Raga Brash. But those ones all have, like, Raga Brash has templates, which makes life way easier. Who had a combi bag? So Billy50 designed a combi bag, and it came with an embroidery file, or you could manually cut out all the pieces for the windows and like stitch them on like an applique. It was shaped like a combi. It's pretty cool. I made a few. They were definitely quite popular. I should probably make a few more, but here's the thing. If I make it, you're all going to get very jealous that I can't sell you the pattern because I don't think she's got it available. I can message her though. She's on my messenger. She's on my Facebook. So I can message her and see if she wants to sell it again or sell it through my website or see what she's doing about it. And then we can make combi bags. It'd be so cool. This is the base piece, if anybody's wondering. Now, I'm not doing the accent on this particular bag. Actually, I'm going to do it on one side because the other side's got the slip pocket. So we're going to do this in one side with the holographic gloriousness, I think. I'm bringing a bit of Dad with me on my trip and want to know where I might be able to plant a plant with him in the soil. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Go to somewhere where they're like replanting a forest. It's got to be a thing, right? Someone's always planting a forest. If I had space, if I had acreage, I would totally start planting trees. I don't have an embroidery machine, but the file also came with like applique cutouts. So you could just like do the appliques with vinyl and like have silver windows. It is doable. You could also, here's a thing, you could also take those the applique cutouts, cut them out of HTV on the Cricut, and then iron them on. Because then you could get like an awesome holographic shiny window moment. So many options my brain has, but I don't want to show everyone the options if I can't even sell you the pattern, because that just seems like cruel and unusual punishment. A combi. So like, you know, like a combi van. Like a 70s van. They were two-tone. They were like white and then like mustard or turquoise. And like it was a very surfer thing. That's what we're talking about. So it's a combi van shaped handbag. Is that better? That's probably better. Very cool. I get lots of messages on the video I did years ago. Apparently it's popped back up and has been popular lately. I used to have it on my website. She used to want her patterns through my website, and then she decided she was going to do her own website, and then I don't really know what happened. I know she's currently doing a lot of crocheting, but I can message her. The worst thing she can do is say no, right? Literally, worst thing that can happen. Yeah, like a VW combi van shaped bag. So it has like the windows and stuff. And then she did like a cool hippie embroidery that you could do on it. It was like a whole... You know what I could probably do is pull it up on my computer and show you. Because I would have kept it. It's absolutely just... My computer is broken. It keeps doing that to me because it's a jerk. Such a jerk. I need to get my computer fixed, but it's more money I don't have, so we're just trying to ignore it at the moment. Okay, combi bag. She also did a little pouch version, so it was like the front of the oh my god, it did it again. I can't even pull it up because my computer's having a meltdown. Stop it. It's gonna do it again. See, okay. I need to get my computer fixed. I will add it to the list of nightmarish things I need to get done. I can't be without a computer. That's going to be horrible. I wonder if I know someone so they'll do it for me in the same day. That'd be nice. Hi Jane. Welcome, welcome. We are cutting and prepping 3 bags. This is the clear shoulder bag by Kaya Papaya. We also have to do a Raga Brash that I'm going to turn into an overnight bag. And we're going to do an Alice in Wonderland themed Rowena. These are all custom orders and are not for sale. But I probably could do similar ones. Okay, so that's the outsides. Now we need to do the shoulder connector. Now she wants 1.5 inch straps because she likes them thick and chunky, which is fine. Yeah, so I mean, if I get permission, I can absolutely show you how to like hack the combi van to not have an embroidery machine and still have fabulous things. I am happy to do that. How big do I want this? 3, 4, 2, 2, 4. Oh my god, maths. Come on, maths. Wake up, brain. Rubbish. It's not so much about maths, it's about what size I wanted them, to be totally honest with you. The maths part I'm good at. So that's going to be both the connectors. I didn't have an embroidery machine when I made mine. See? There you go. I need a handle. I don't know how big the handle is. I think it's like 30 inches maybe? I don't know. Let's wing it. Because I have no idea. And could I look it up? The answer at this particular point in time is only a solid maybe, because my computer's having glitching problems, which I don't love. I'm gonna do a 31 inch handle. Just, again, winging it. 31 inches sounds good. Alright, pink can go back in the solid pink section. We're going to pull this bad boy back out. Oh, no, bro. That can go in the recycle. Therefore, on the floor, wait for the cat to come pounce on it. I'm sure that he will. This is also not as big as I thought it was. So maybe the handle's going to be this big. Whatever. Okay. Handle. Check. And then I want to do one accent on the other side that won't have the slip pocket so that there's a little bit of sparkly holographicness everywhere. I don't even know how much it costs to get your computer fixed these days. I clearly have a bug or something. Lucky me. Chop. And the cat has decided that that piece of cardboard is his new toy. Dude's insane. She also wants the Barbie bee on the front. I'm going to cut it out on the Cricut, which is not now. And again, if I can get my computer to work, that is a stress I don't need today at all. Jerk. Anyway, moving on. That bag is almost cut out. I need to put that in there to cut the bee. Did that. What I also need, though, is bag foam, which if I reach up, it is above me. Ugh, ta-da! I'm going to put it in the seams because it just feels like the right thing to do. Put my rulers back. I buy my bag foam by the roll. It is a bit pricey to do it like that as an initial outlay. However, with how many bags I make, totally worth it. And then I try and waste as little as possible. So I'm going to do it this way up the side because I'm only really wasting that little bit there. It is a very, very ninja skilled game of Tetris, I would call it. Doesn't matter which direction you do it, so long as you get it. We're also going to need some base stabilizer because we want the bottom of the bag to be nice. Then I'm going to put that one touching there and there. Look at us go. We're on fire. Billy50 is on Etsy. There you go. Oh, she hasn't got the actual combi van. That sucks. I mean, I can message her and ask her why. I don't know if she might have a reason. I don't know. We could also make wristy combi wristlets. If it's up there, then I can show you how to rip it off to not need an embroidery machine. Part of me misses my embroidery machine, and then I remember what it actually felt like to use it, and it makes me miss it less. It just, I don't have time to stand and watch it. The whole point is to set it and forget it, and mine didn't like that in the end. So as much as I enjoyed having one, I feel like I am going to cope just fine without it. There are ways around everything. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I am the queen of not doing things the normal way. Chop. All right. Done. Skis. That one, I'm not even going to interface yet. I'm going to do all the interfacing at the same time because I don't want to heat up my house with the heat press and I don't want it beeping at me because it's inactive. Jerk. So this is the Birch Fusible Interfacing Foam. You can buy this by the meter from Spotlight. It's like $28 a meter. Or you can buy like a 9-meter roll for like $100. Works out way better if you do it my way. To do that though, you need to have an ABN and then you just join up for Birch and then you can just purchase it. That is 6mm peeled foam. That is unrelated to what we're currently doing. Alright, let's grab the next one. This is going to be fabulous. So this was very, very custom created and designed. We have Alice in Wonderland for the lining. And then we want, now I need to double check if it's a purple bag with teal accents or a teal bag with purple accents. But those are the colors that she chose. These are from Mirzen. We have the matching dark purple zipper. She wanted antique bronze zipper pulls. So I got, oh my god, I got these. These are fabulous. These are going to be, instead of rivets, these are Chicago screws with that Mad Hatter's hat. And we have teacup zipper pulls. So all of that was from Mirzen. And then this was from online somewhere. I can't actually remember. Who knows with my brain? Now I have, oh look, there's Pixie. This is my Pixie at 75%. Very good size. Just saying. These have been interfaced because I have been using them so much. Makes life a little bit easier. Hello, Amanda. Welcome, welcome. Not much has happened since you haven't been here yet. I have decided to go and get a casual day job at Spotlight for the social aspect of life. We are cutting and prepping 3 bags. We have already done the clear shoulder bag by Papaya. Next up on our list is the Rowena. These are all custom orders. Kicking goals. But I have to check what color we're doing it. Would birch foam be close to Pellin? I have no idea. I know that's not helpful. I don't even know where in Townsville I could go touch the Pellin and find out. Because I would if I could. If Spotlight sell it, I am happy to go touch it and tell you. I've got to go to Spotlight today anyway to hand in a resume. Because I literally stand here and talk to myself all day, guys. I'm going to turn insane, I reckon. I'll be like that crazy lady that mumbles to herself while grocery shopping. That's not a great look. Alright, so one of them needs that, and then one of them needs to not have that. And I'm too lazy to make 2 templates. If I was making this out of like acrylic, I probably would go make another template. But like everything, I get bored easy. So I don't know how many more of these I'll make just to have them for the sake of having them. We shall see. So one straight, one with a cutout. We need this bad boy. We need a Tory pocket. And then we need a crap ton of those. Not a base, that's exterior problems. I really love this pattern. It is very well thought out. Yeah, maybe. We probably do all talk to ourselves, but mine's getting like a lot. I can feel it's getting a lot. Alright. You know what? What's more important than the slip pocket are these. So I'm going to cut these first because you need 4 of them. And I want to make sure I've got enough. I've only got 1/2 meter, which is just over 1/2 yard for those that don't work in meters. 45 centimeters is 1/2 yard, and this is 50 centimeters, which is 2 inches more than 1/2 yard. There you go. Maths it out. I love that my brain could just do that. It took me a while for my brain to like accommodate inches to centimeters. I'm so happy I made friends with 2 other swim mums. We are all different. Oh, that's good. I do love a level of crazy in my friends. But I just feel like I get to be inspired by more people because I could talk to all the people coming into Spotlight about what crazy crafting things they're doing. Alright, so that's them. Happy days. And then I still have this, so we're good. But it was safer to check. You have to do this upside down. The thing. The bottom of this is crooked, but I don't know how much I care. And a Tory pocket, like always, with my dodgy, broken, stuck back together with pretty coloured tape. That's where we're at. I regret nothing. Bam! So that is all of the lining cut. This will obviously need interfacing because it's way too flimsy. This will not be well met at my screen machine at all. At all. Ah! Stop it. Do, 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 do. Alright, so this, chop it. And then in half. And then squish. And then pen. Where's the pen? Ta-da! And then I like to do 3/4 of an inch in from the edge. Now the in edge part, you can do whatever you want. I'm not the boss of you, but that's just my happy moment. Close that so I don't get ink on everything. Learnt that the hard way. Chop. The lining's easy because I know what to do. It's the other part. I need to figure out what colors go where on the bag. We've got like an AI done up design of where the colors go, so I'm just gonna have to check on it. But that's fine. I'm sorting pink beads. I like beading. It's my recent little obsession. I'm also really obsessed with jewelry. I got in charm bangles. I don't know if you guys all saw that, but I'm so obsessed. So you can put charms on, but it's a bangle and they've got like their own little separate spots. So absolutely I had to make myself one. Why get stuff if I don't have it? You know? Isn't the whole reason we craft so we can have nice things? I feel like a lot of us sometimes lose sight of that. You, before everyone else, should have the nice things. And then people will see your nice things and then will want nice things too. You are your best promoter. Like you walking around with a bag you made yourself, best promoter. Do something ridiculously elaborate. I'm probably going to bead my next bag. I've had some thoughts. I need a bag that's going to fit my laptop. So when I go and do markets, I don't have to take a gazillion freaking bags. I want to take one bag that's got my wallet, my phone, and the laptop, and all the other essentials I need. So I was mentally mapping that out. And then I thought, ooh, let's do it together as a live. Not this one. But we're going to sit down together as a live and we're going to make a pattern together. It's going to be like tote-ish, but not too tote-ish. That's no fun. And then once we're all finished doing it and we love all the things, I will then see how many hacks I can add to it, and then that can be Phoenix. See how that works? We've collaboratively picked all the things we want in a bag. My first bag was a Baronia bowler. Oh, I remember that. Have you put a shoulder strap on the Rowena? No, but you could literally just clip it to the rectangle rings. Wouldn't be that hard. Or have them sticking up from the side bit, but then I wouldn't add those side magnets because they'd be rendered useless. I did see that they've got, the pattern has one where you put them like inside. You could. Nobody's telling you you can't. I'm definitely not telling you you can't. I just haven't. I'm carrying a Rowena at the moment. To be honest, I do like the bag, but I'm already over it. I don't know what about it I'm not super obsessed with. But my brain's like, make another Empress. I'm obsessed with Empress. What can I say? I love me a big tote that fits everything. But I really love the compartments of the Rowena. So maybe I could steal Rowena IDs and add them to Empress. That could be cool. So many options, people. So many options. But I also think that's why I do so many lives, so I'm not just sitting here by myself talking to myself. At least you guys, like, you know, message back. I'm cutting out a Rowena at the moment. I did just cut a Claire, and then I have to cut a Raga Brash, but we're not doing it traditional. We're going to do it so it looks like a cool overnight bag. And then 2 of these bags are going to have Neville print me something to put on them, because we love Neville. And then the other one, I'm going to use the Cricut, and we're going to do a vinyl applique on one. So, because nothing's just standard in my world anymore. Standard's boring. It's not where I live. I live in the ridiculous, and I love it here. The pattern has connectors. It does. They put it on the inside. I just haven't done it. I'm trying to have all my bags kind of almost uniformly the same that I sell. If I was adding a crossbody strap, I'd add at least $10 to the price, because fabric, time, energy, meh. Alright, let's put all that in the tub. Let's move all the pieces I don't need. So we still need foam out of that. I don't need this piece or this piece until we're doing the interfacing. So you know what? Let's just actually put them in there. I need this piece and this piece. Not that. Not that yet. The big one. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I have, on more than one occasion, mixed these 2 up and cut them incorrectly. So it's gonna go over there. There's a tote I saw on Reels that expand to have a handle around the head rest and back seat to front seat. Oh, that's cool. I'm sure we could make it better too. Send me the video. I can make anything. You send me a very detailed descriptive photos of something and I can turn it into a pattern. Mostly. There are a few exceptions to that rule. Okay. So I need to know. I just need to check here somewhere. Because she sent me a picture. We did an AI thing. And I'm not going through my computer to find it because my computer's having a meltdown. So we'll just go back through Messenger. Messenger is your friend. Da, 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 da. Except there's a lot of conversation I have to scroll through. Alright, so here's the AI picture. I'm going to show you guys. This is the AI picture. Right, so we need purple for this bit and the sides and the base. Green for the main bit here. And then handles a half-half. And so this bit I'm going to do on the inside. I'm also going to do green. And then the rest is purple. Ta-da! We love that. So, now that I know the answer to that problem, let's put that aside. I'm going to do this piece last because I've got to cut handles and who wants to do that? We're going to do this one first. Take that off. In the bin. This is fabulous. Look at it. Oh, it's all textured and glorious. She doesn't know that the stuff's arrived to make her bag yet. So I'm hoping to just like pop it in the mail and she'll never know. And it can just be a surprise. We also have a running joke in that, like, we have like a Facebook group. And everybody sends like male penises in like some form in the package. So I have to do that to follow suit. I can't be left out. It is ridiculous. I'm going to cut something with the laser, I think. Or maybe do like a pop-out card. How good would that be? Or I could get a metal straw and laser engrave them all over the straw. Just something amusing and that doesn't cost much. I just noticed that I'm no longer an admin of your channel. Well, oh, that'll be because When I got hacked, they would have removed all admins so that they couldn't be kicked out. I reckon that's what that is. It wasn't me. I personally didn't make you not an admin. I reckon it's when I got hacked. Is there a problem? I mean, I can fix it later. I promise I did not remove you. So those horrible hackers that wrecked my 48 hours made me have a tantrum and rage cry. Wow, what a day. Oh, I also have to go to Spotlight today anyway, because I'm going to get some ribbon and I'm going to use Neville to make little tags. Oh, we've got 40 people here today. Holy crap. Who knew I was so popular this week? Thank you all for joining. I very much appreciate that. I still want to do another Christmas swapsy. And if nobody wants to join me, I'll just do it with Sandra. This is a fabulous color. I am quite the fan of these vinyls. I am also very thankful that, see all this, I can make something else with it. Not just the one custom order. I mean, I won't get another big bag, but we'll get something. Trust the process. Do. Oh, these scissors. Now, I know it's my fault, but I have this. This is a Fiskars scissor sharpener. So when I cut paper with these, it's not the end of the world, because you literally do this 3 times and they're sharp again. Very cool. That's it. That's all you need. Look at that. I don't know if you can see the difference, but I can definitely feel the difference. And that is why I'm obsessed with Fiskars scissors. I am obsessed with these ones specifically. If you get sore hands from cutting, I highly recommend any scissors that have a spring. They don't have to be Fiskars, but any scissors that have a spring are amazing. They take a minute to get used to because they're a different shape. So it definitely takes your hand a minute to adjust to the fact that they feel different. But you can get used to them in like an hour of cutting. These are amazing. I love them. We also need to decide if the swapsy is going to be international or not. I think probably not, because postage is like killing everybody. And I understand that. But it's just, I don't know. I really enjoy gift giving. And I'm going to go a bit extreme, right? Like, whoever gets me is absolutely getting the iron-ons for their t-shirts. Now that I've got them up on the website, although my website's been a jerk. If you've been trying to buy the stickers and the iron-ons for the legitimate things and it's not working, please message me. We will just do it via PayPal. I have sent one to Florida because even though I put on the United States could have shipping and I worked it all out, it was being a jerk. So I just did it via PayPal and sent it anyway. I can be talked about into just about anything, Tori suggests. I love that. It's because I'm hyperactively enthusiastic about doing stuff. I think that's what it is. I'm just very passionate about all things crafty. It is a problem. I have a friend coming from Japan. She lives there now, but she's coming home in like a week, and she's going to borrow my tufting gun. So I might go and video her because she can draw. She's a tattoo artist. She can draw. Life is glorious. She wants to make a rug. I am here for it. She can totally borrow my stuff. But the fact that she can draw it on there is super cool. So I might just like hang out for a little while and video it so you guys can see what she comes up with. Because I'm sure it'd be cooler than me and my, what's it called? Spiderweb. I love my spiderweb. Don't get me wrong. I can't draw at all. You could set the swapsy up so that USO sends to USA. Yeah, no, I can do that. I can absolutely do that. Oh, that's a solid color. So for anyone that doesn't know, all my solid colors are sorted. And I try really hard to keep it pretty much in order. I think I do pretty well. You are honest about things. Oh, I do, yeah. Like, if I don't love something, I'll be like, not my favorite. I'm not going to sit here and, like, pick on stuff because there is always a chance it's operator error, right? Or I just haven't learnt the skills enough. So nothing that I've ever got is ever bad. But I'll tell you if it's a bit tricky. Like, if I get a new product, if somebody comes to me and goes, play with our product, I open it in the video and I don't secretly play with it and then come to you and be like, it was so easy. Like, I'll show you. And if it's hard, it's hard. Like, it's just how it is. Okay, so we did, what do we do? Base. So now I need to do sides, strap connectors. I did that, didn't I? Yes, I did. That's that there. And that's that there. And the base. Okay, so I need to do sides and then all strap connectors. Let's do strap connectors first. I like people to know what they're getting into. Because not every craft thing is for you. Like, I liked the bead spinner, but it can only do, like, certain types of beads, and they're not the beads I tend to play with. There's nothing wrong with the bead spinner. It is very cool. It just only does, like, those weird silicon beads, and they're not my jam. My jam is, like, turtle-shaped beads and seed beads and, like, you know, things apparently with tiny holes. All the beads I like seem to have really small holes. It's very inconvenient. But the bead spinner itself was cool. It just didn't do what I needed it to do. But it did do the beads that it does take, it does very well. And making, like, random pretty color things is also fun. That's handles. Check. Like my thread zapper. Love my thread zapper. I use it heaps. And I love that the battery lasts a long time and then you just recharge it by plugging it into the laptop. I really do love that. Very cool. I've made this so much now. I just make up my own things, alright? Don't judge me. I do what I want with patterns. Nobody's going to change my mind on that either. So this right here is the 4 strap connectors. Guidelines, not rules. And that goes for my own patterns as well, guys. Guidelines, not rules. Alright. See? Ta-da! Right, strap connectors, handles. I'm going to make a troll, elf, possum pouch, and tough love bag. Oh, I don't know what a tough love bag is. Hubby says, why do you need all of those bags? Because elf technically is not a bag. It is a mat to help you organize things when you're crafting. So that doesn't even register in the problems. And the difference between a troll and a possum pouch is one is flat and skinny for like marketiness, and one is wider so that you can fit extra things in. Different shapes for different things. You could tell him that. Direct quote from Tori. Tori says so. Alright. It's so pretty. I'm going to have heaps of purple left. And I took a strap from a different thing, and I'm just going to take the hardware off and replace it, because I just so happen to have purple. So we're going to do that. Oh, is this the video for the bag you want me to, like, rip off? We're going to add different things, but I can totally do that. This is just a normal pen, for anyone wondering. I don't always use fancy pens. Sometimes I just use whatever I can grab the quickest. And today, that'd be this. There's no direction, so I can cut them however I want. Question to the group. If I were to make a pre-cut kit for a Seems Legit pattern, which one would you prefer? I mean, me personally, the one with the most pieces. So for me, that would be an Empress, or, I mean, it depends on what kind of bags you like. Empress, for sure. Not something that's simple, right? You want something that's got lots of pieces that you can't be bothered cutting out. A Vixen, an Empress, a Seductress if you like a clutch. Not many people love a clutch anymore. I loved when I designed that. I'm going to do another brownie when I've got a spare minute, because I feel like that pattern was greatly underappreciated. I have decided. I loved that pattern. I loved the bottom. I thought it was really clever. So I'm going to do a crazy fabric patchwork version of that bag as a video. Probably a live, because, you know, patchworking takes ages and I don't want to sit by myself. I need the social interaction in my life. I also won't be working like weekends or a full-time job. That's not what's happening. I just need like a few hours around other people. And we all know that if they do hire me, which I'm fairly confident they will, we're going to make, I'm only allowed to wear black clothes. So we're going to make some fabulous black clothes to wear. I remember they have to have sleeves, and I don't know what else the rules are at the moment. Okay. Oops, one fell on the floor. Let's pick it up now. We're going to clean as we go, people. What have I missed? The video is by Jess on Oakland Roots. Yeah, okay. That's cool. Let's bring the turquoise back and cut a little 1/2-inch strip. Why, you may ask? Well, because I feel like it needs to be an accent on the handles. That's why. And then other than that, that's all of it. I like to use the 1/2-inch side with the big line. Helps my brain. I have done it the other way, and sometimes I get a bit sidetracked. The big solid red line, very helpful. Oh, stop it. My God, my brain just screamed more pressure, like they say more pepper. More pepper! In the Alice in Wonderland, the old school one with it was like a live action, and it had, what's his bloody name? The guy that played the original Willy Wonka, and he was like a turtle or something. He was friends with a griffin, and they sang Turtle Soup. Anyway, in that one, they definitely yell more pepper. And that's what just happened, but it was more pressure because I had to push harder. My brain's insane. Want to do a live brownie? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I love that pattern. I feel like it needs more love. We could also make it, maybe, reversible. Everybody keeps asking me for a reversible bag. I'm not really sure why we want them reversible, but I could absolutely make it happen. We would just do 2 Tory pockets with a vinyl overlay so it looks fancy on opposite walls inside the bag. Anyway, we store it like this, people. This is rolled wrong. And you want to know why? The answer is because I have a child and a cat and a dog, and I don't want this side getting marked. Also me, like, I'm clumsy and I drop stuff. And if I drop a pen and it's open and it puts a big mark, it's going to wreck it. So I always store mine inside out. except for the holographic. And I don't know why, but I don't like to have holographic inside out. It's a weird quirk. If I saw a video of bunny purse charms made out of vinyl. Aw, Gene Wilder. There you go. I knew it was something Wilder. Thank you. That would have bugged my brain till I Googled it when I got off here. Okay, so we need some bag foam for this bad boy as well. I'm going to pull down the base stabilizer after this, I think. I know it looks chaotic. It is chaotic. I'm chaotic. It's fine. That's why we have tubs. Chaos contained in a tub works great. Absolutely schmicko. I don't see the brownie in my email. Did I test that one? I mean, you should have. We called it red bag, if that helps you. When we originally designed it, the bag was red. It was red bag. I'm just grabbing the right side. Oh my god, where is it? So, if you're not using iron-on foam, use the big one. If you are using iron-on foam, use the little one. And I'm holding them both because last time I cut them wrong and then I had to fix it. It was just annoying. When you buy vinyl, it comes rolled up the way you do. I just feel like it's safer that way from damage. Nobody cares if you damage the back because nobody sees the back. We care if we damage the front. It's going to wreck a whole piece of vinyl unnecessarily. And you don't have to do what I do. I'm not the boss of you. Despite my very pushy personality, I am in fact not actually the boss. I roll it that way to prevent damage. And I can promise you, I have absolutely dropped pens and damaged it several times. So it's a founded plan. I know it's prettier to look at it outwards. And that would work if you store your vinyls like overhead, by all means, have them outward. If you store them below, have them inside out. You're just less likely to damage them. You love me the way I am. Well, that's good. I'm jangly these days. I'm so obsessed with bangles and bracelets. And I've always loved bracelets and bangles, but you can't really, so one of these is stainless steel. No, two of these are two of these are sterling silver and the rest are stainless steel. And while I can slightly tell, if I'm moving my hand like this, you can't tell the difference. One's just way cheaper. Also, I am still, oh, what was that? I have still been, every week, and I'm not even kidding, every week, I go online and see if I can find sewing themed charms in case I can eventually make a sewing themed bracelet. Now, obviously, people that are allergic to stainless steel, I can't help you there because they definitely don't come in sterling silver. But I still keep looking because I'm determined to have one for myself and then, you know, offer it to others. We don't actually need any more bag foam today. That's it because Raga Brash does not require bag foam. But we do need base stabilizer. Ugh. This lasts multiple years, ladies and gentlemen. So again, I bought it by the roll. And I will continue to do so, I reckon. Because this is going to last me the next 5 years. I only use it for base stabilizer. The only problem I have when I want to make a bag is choosing the fabrics. Okay, we need to stop thinking of prepping as a problem. Prepping is the design phase. You need to rewire your brain to be like, I get to design a bag, not I have to cut. Cutting is the byproduct of designing. Change that word in your head, you'll feel better about it, I promise. I enjoy some days all I want to do is cut and I don't feel like sewing. That is absolutely a thing that happens in my brain. I need this an inch smaller. So what do we got? Excellent. Do, 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 do. Bam. Close enough. Base stabilizer for that one. Check. I know there's a pattern piece for it somewhere. Do I know where it is? No. Do I care? Also no. Then I need the base piece for this pattern. Do the same thing. It said cut on fold. I hate cutting on the fold, so I made a second piece because I hate cutting on the fold. Measure it. Cut it 1 inch shorter on both edges. If you don't think that this is enough, you can double this up and makes it extra thick if you need it to be extra thick. Don't hate cutting. Enjoy the part where you get to design. Have a bigger space than I've currently got. Normally, where the laptop is usually empty, so I can really spread out and cut. And having tubs to put it in, so once it's cut, it's out of your direct line of sight, also helps. I'm obsessed with my tubs. They've started breaking, which is very sad. Plastic just does not survive me. I'm too rough. Broke another one. I'm still using it, but it's definitely broken. So rude. But I love tubs because I'm cutting 3 bags right now, and if I just had piles, I promise they'd fall down here every time, guys, every time. 2, I'd be like, oh my god, what am I up to? And 3, then I'd have to move the piles around, whereas that I can just put it in its drawer slot and it's out of my direct line of sight. So good. Whoopsies. Drop something. See? Not organized enough. Okay, we're going to move Empress pieces out of my way. They are in my way. There we go. So this is the color choice that they have picked. They want a yellow with sparkly blue. And then on the sparkly blue, we're going to iron on a DTF from Neville. Neville's going to print it for me. So we're going to do the base, the sides, I think. I haven't quite decided on the sides, but definitely the base, the handles, and the bit around the front panel in this. And then this will be everywhere else. Because I'm going to make it, do you guys remember, and I've got it here. Hold on, let me get it. Do you remember my zombie pinup travel bag that I made to go down south? I got really ridiculous and made like outfits in a bag and all the things. So this is the basis for what we're going to copy. So we're going to do this bit in vinyl, the handles in vinyl, this bit in vinyl, the base in vinyl where I embroidered the brain. So cool. And then this little strap here in vinyl, and then the rest can be the fabric. It's meant to be squishy. I store this like that in a pocket, right? It gets mutilated, but it's fine. It'll survive. It's designed to survive me. That's why I use the type of thread I use. It needs to survive me. And that sounds like a horrible sentence, but it's true. So again, with the templates. So the blue is like a sparkly dance fabric, guys. I'm not even kidding. It is the floatiest, stretchy dance fabric. That's what we're using for a bag, and it won't make a lick of difference because we're going to interface it. So it stops stretching, has more stability, and will be a bag. No fabric gets to tell me what to do. No deal. I love my templates. I love templates for this specifically. I've also got this bag in templates at 80%. Really, really good size for like a kid's sports bag or a ballet bag. Oh, I should make up like a cool punk looking ballet bag in like pinks, but like make it punk, maybe with red accents. And just like that, see? The cutting bit inspires more things in my brain. So how heavy of a stabilizer will I use? So I will be using my Hefty, which you guys, it's a Vilene 1050F iron-on thickness. I'll put one layer on and then I'll see how I feel. You can put a second. I don't think I'll need it, but you could. If your fabrics are too flimsy, add more stabilizer. Add 2 layers. Add a thick one and a thin one if you need like an in-between. There's no rules to say that you can't do any of these things. And I lost my pen. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I lost my pen. So we're going to do that and that. Because I want to waste less. I'm not just going to cut all that out and then cut the pocket out. That's not what's happening. We need this one. Everyone is always shocked when he tells them my mom made it. Yeah, I know. People still have the misconception that handmade and homemade are the same thing. Which I suppose technically they are, but they definitely look a lot different. See that? Bam. That's the bit we need. And then that way I'm not wasting this bit. I can make something else. You know what would fit perfectly? To be totally off topic. The front of a 70% Pixie. This Pixie is at 70%. It's not the full size. It's like the mini version, which is magical. And I have been thinking that I want to do some of them. So let's just cut that now while we're at it. Why not? I'm already here. It's a perfect moment. Feels right. I love Raga Brash. I was very proud when I designed this. With the curves and the pockets and all the things. I was quite proud of myself. And the little shoe pocket, like my brain, very proud. Some things are easier to design than others. They just are. Anything where I have to do like fancy curves, way harder to digitally draw, just so you all know. I only really give handmade gifts these days. I don't just go to the shop and buy stuff. People expect it of me almost. Like when I walk in a dress, the first thing everyone asks is, did you make that? Because pretty much all my dresses I made myself. Makes me happy. I need another tub. That's what I'm missing. Let's grab a red one, shall we? Bam. I love the Raga brush. I made one out of leather for one of my sons. Oh, that'd be amazing. You should share it in my group of pictures. That would be amazing. I don't really deal in leather anymore. Just because my customers want to pay the prices for leather, which is fine. Doesn't really affect me negatively. I just stick to vinyls. It's also easier to find the pretty colors in the vinyls. And I don't really enjoy making wallets as much as bags. It's not to say that I won't do it, and it's not to say that certain ones don't have like a charm about them. But I don't know what I'm pairing with that is unrelated. I just felt like it. This we need 54 inches. Oh, stop it. You should make fold away fabric ones that you can put them away when you don't need them. Oh, tubs. I mean, maybe. The tubs don't really bother me. I like the tubs. I like that all my fabrics are pretty much sorted these days. I like that I'm getting through all of my fabrics and I'm down to 2 tubs of cottons. I've got about half a tub of waterproof canvas, and then I've only got 1 tub of fabrics for my clothing. I need to work through that too. I've got, I bought a doona cover for $10 on clearance, and I purely bought it so that I can use the fabric to make a dress. So that needs to happen sooner rather than later because it'll make me happy. Okay, what else do we need? I need the template, that's what I need. Bam! So we need 1 base piece, which is the whole thing. I don't know if I'm going to have enough yellow. I might need to go buy some more. It's kind of annoying. Alright, base piece, check. Front half piece, check. And then I need, if you put the pattern piece upside down and then you just lay that there, perfect. That's the top back piece. Bam! Right, so that's that, and that. Back, front, base. The top's going to be blue. The sides, I think we might make blue. So now I just need the handles. Because all of that needs to be blue. The rest. So therefore I need this bad boy. 3, 1.5, 24, 24, and 6 is 30. Look at that, maths. More maths, people. That'd be 1 handle. Because she specifically asked for that to be the handle. And I am definitely one to oblige such things. Yoink! 2 handles. And then we can put that away. And we're going to use this, because this is epic. I have misplaced my Empress. Oh no, misplace your Empress templates. Everything's easy to cut with templates. Okay, so we're not doing the side pocket, but we are doing the front. So I need 2 at this size and then 1 that's shorter. 1. 2. Make sure you cut these. It's so inconvenient to have to come back and cut these because you forgot them the first time around. So annoying. It's happened to me several times. Does anyone use packing pods? Are there any packing pod sizes or styles that are more efficient than others? My Galumpus pattern I use as a packing pod. Put all my underwear in it when I go traveling. And then you could just blow up and shrink the pattern accordingly if you needed different sizes. Okay. That is an atrocious looking piece of vinyl, and yet I don't really care. Oh, hold on. I nearly forgot. May as well use this bit. I nearly forgot the D-ring connectors. Remember what I was just saying a second ago about forgetting all the little bits and it's very inconvenient? That is definitely one of those moments. Okay, in the bin. Check. Right, strap connectors, front bit, everyone's a winner. That's no lie. That door is down there. Alrighty. The blue. Isn't it so sparkly? It's like holographic dance folk. I regret nothing. This is going to be epic. So, we're going to cut all the rectangles first and then do that funny shape last. I do also think this on the sides will be fabulous. On the side pieces, I am going to put base stabilizer instead of just interfacing. So, we need... What do we need? We need to turn this upside down is the easiest way to use this. We need one of the bottom panels. We also need that to sit straight. Don't even start with me. You also want to make sure you're not getting the weird bit. Okay, back pocket. Check. Okay, so that's the back lower pocket, and then one of those pieces is the back upper pocket. Then we need the two top pieces. So we're going to just cut it from here so that we waste less. Bam. Don't even. One. He's so pretty. Make sure you cut it properly. This stuff can be awfully dramatic. Alright, I am going to, this is useless to me, so I'm just going to cut it off so it's not in the way. I mean, you can make something if you want to. I'm throwing it out. You can't stop me. I am not hoarding things. We need a second top piece. And then I think that is it for the rectangles. Then I just need the front piece, which is here. Put it along that straight edge because it's sitting right where it was. Slowly and push lots on this fabric. The last thing we need is to not cut it properly. That would just be annoying. So there's our front piece. Beautiful. And side pieces. Which is this one. Can I get two pieces? Oh gosh, I hope so. I don't think I can get two side pieces out of what's left. That's rude. Do you know what I want to do? I want to do like a weird angle. If I stabilize it first, it would probably be easier. Not gonna lie, probably. Okay, so do I want to? My brain's like, do one that's kind of like from here to there as like a weird diagonal. Like not in half because that's boring, but like slightly angle that's not 45 degrees. Like a 30-degree angle. Or I could do one end blue and one end yellow. Or I could do both ends yellow. This is not local, so I can't just go buy more. Hi, Kayleen. Yellow I can get local. More vinyl is easy enough. No blue sides. That's not going to work out. That's okay. Hello, cat. You weirdo. So what I'm going to do, I am going to change the interior pockets to be a cargo pocket. I am prepping a whole bunch of things actually. So I have just prepped this is why I hate doing it on the fold, but I've just prepped a clear shoulder bag by Kaya Papaya, and I have prepped a Rowena by Knotted Threads Co. Now I'm doing a Raga Brash by me. This is why I hate it on the fold, because now I have to stuff around trying not to waste fabric by like shifting it down. It just annoys me. And then it's still bloody wrong. I just don't like doing it. It irritates my soul. This is why I don't do on the fold, people. I mean, obviously I'm doing it right now, but on any other day, I just wouldn't bother. On the fold is just not my jam. It's not for everyone. That is fine. See, because if this was like a really big piece of fabric, I have just wasted all of that, which probably doesn't seem like a big deal right now, but for your next bag, you might be that much out. It just annoys me. There's no way around that. So I think I'm going to need more yellow, and I'll do solid sides. Or, oh my god, or do I have sky blue? Not that blue. Oh, that'd look good. What about that as the sides? Just to be, yes, I think that'd be excellent. Otherwise I can get like a very pale ice blue, it's called. I might even have some, who knows, with me. I've got the pale green, I've got the pale turquoise. I swear I had some icy blue somewhere. Maybe it's in my other tub. Hold that thought. Hey cat. I have a giant tub that I'm going through right now. These are all my vinyl scraps and a bag that I have to make a handle for, but we're not judging me on that either. Also my I-cord maker. See, like, so this is the icy green. I have a blue. Hey, don't bite my foot. Stop it. Bloody cat. Apparently I'm not giving him enough attention. So I've got a colour similar to this, but without being crocodile themed. And I just want to have a little piece to see if it's going to match. Because it'd be very convenient to know. Ugh. Otherwise I have to haul the fabric with me to the shop. And all I can seem to find... Oh, there it is. Aha! See? Knew I had some. So this is, see, not too pale. Definitely needs to be that one. That one's just too pale. Especially against the yellow, right? Like if we're going to do it, we're going to do it properly. So this one. So I have to go get some, which means I can't really prep any further until I go down the street. And since the other shop is near Spotlight, I may as well get the ribbon, give him my resume, all the things at once, because they're around the corner from each other. I am going to take a sample with me so I know what colour I'm getting, and I won't forget. I probably wouldn't have forgotten anyway, but it's always just safer, because sometimes I get sidetracked by all the pretty colours they have, because they let me just go out the back and look at them all. It's fine. Alright, so that is, wow, actually. I'm trying to see what waterproof canvases I have that will match this bag. I mean, I still have my horror one. I'm saving this. This is from Sandra. I love this so much. I'm saving it though, probably for my next bag. It's so pretty. Message about the hippie bag. I will get onto it. I'm not leaving. Oh, you know what? We're just gonna do like a silver. Silver's safe. Silver goes with everything. Ooh, and I have yellow netting. That works out well. The netting also lives in this tub because I have so little amounts of it. Right. Love me a netted pocket. This way. On the netted potted line, it even has it, right? Mesh pocket line. Line up the edges and off we go. Bam. Beautiful. Now the inside is much easier to cut. I still like to keep one edge dead straight, although both of these look dead straight. This just looks like a meter all by its lonesome that I haven't attacked yet. Who knew that was even an option? So you need 3 of these for the lining because this is the side and bottom. We're also going to cut that bit off because it's going to annoy me. Oh, and I cut my sample piece in half. Oh, what a shame. Okay, 1. 2. Rubbish. So that's 2 sides. So this is what I used to call silver. I think it's their closest to white. Also, it's non-directional, so I'm absolutely cutting this one sideways and nobody's going to stop me. If it had the bubble print, we'd be having a different conversation. But it's not. Hey, cat. He's hovering around me because I haven't patted him in this whole video. And he's being sulky. So 1, 2, and 3. So that's the side and the base. Next up, let's cut the next biggest piece because that's how I like to do it. So we're going to tip it upside down. And we're going to come to this line. And again, with the weird bit. Oh! Does anybody see my cat? Please tell me you all saw that. I shouldn't laugh at him, but that was really cute. Alright. That's the back zipper pocket. He's so adorable. Even if he is a crazy munchkin. He likes going outside, so he has to go. I let him outside, but he has to be on a harness because I'm not having him be one of those cats that kills the wildlife. We have a kookaburra that pops in from time to time. He got freaked out by the other day and just stared at it for 10 minutes till I went inside and got the kookaburra some meat. Am I supposed to feed the wildlife? Probably not. But whatever. It's not like I do it every time I see him. Just occasionally. So I gave him a piece of ham. Alright, that's the top. Oh, I love it when that works out. I don't feel like dealing with those corners with a rotary cutter, so I'm just not gonna. And that's how we do. This is how we do. Absolutely a song. And then I left this for last for a reason. Oh, it's gonna fit this. See, I love it when this works out for me. Doesn't always. This edge is straighter, so we're gonna go with this edge. Ta-da! And then we put this one upside down, but we need to go to the actual base like that. What is a kookaburra? A kookaburra is a bird that laughs at you when it's gonna rain. It's literally a laugh. Lots of songs about it, actually. So a kookaburra is the name of, it's like it eats meat. It's got like a really fat beak. It's white on the top, brown on its back, and it laughs. You should Google kookaburras laughing. Or kookaburra noise, or whatever words you want to use. But they laugh, and my dad taught me that it's up to 3 days, and then the rains are coming. Like some decent rains. They laugh when it rains, apparently. I got told that when I was a kid. It has stuck with me. But for me personally, it has rung pretty true. Every time I've heard one laugh, it has then rained. So even if Dad was lying, in my world, it still worked out to be true. Yes, that's the song my brain is currently singing. But no, we have some weird birds here. We have a bird called a curlew. We have a family that lives kind of in the front, like the neighbor's front yard. It sounds like, when it makes a noise, it sounds like somebody's getting murdered. Like the scream that comes out of that thing is atrocious. So anyone remembers, this was about 1 meter when we started, and this is all that's left. Could I have cut it better? Maybe, but I still think I did pretty good. If you're doing, it's the side pocket that requires you to have that extra 1/2 meter, pretty much. If you're doing the little shoe side pocket on this thing, it takes up 1/2 meter. You could do it in a different color. Welcome back. My printer has stopped in the middle of printing. That is just rude. Hello, Teresa. Printers can be so rude. Now I'm cutting this by hand because I hate rotoring these curves. I never get it right. And my blade's getting blunt, and I don't want to play that game. If I remember, which I probably won't, I will get new ones from the shop when I'm there, but it probably won't happen. Okay, one. Around the corner. Squish it down. I just made that noise out loud, didn't I? Ha! Normally that happens inside my head. See, I'm going crazy. Just got home from taking my grandson to race his outlaw car. That sounds amazing. That's rubbish. That's what's left. Yes, Tori, just Google what a kookaburra sounds like. They are a fairly big bird. I mean, they're probably about that big. About that big. Not huge. They're not like an eagle. They're like a medium bird. About the size of a magpie, I would say. Magpies are also very common in Australia. They are psychotic. And so in Australia, if you ever watch bikers, like like bicycle riders in Australia, their helmets always have zip ties sticking out of them. If you've always looked at that and be like, what the hell? That is to stop the magpies swooping you to try and take out your eyeballs. If you go past the tree where they have laid their eggs, they will attack anyone, anything. Sometimes I have watched them swoop at cars. Obviously they can't win, but they don't seem to care. They will swoop at anything that goes near their tree where their babies are. They be psycho. They have a warble. They're quite fun to listen to, but psychotic at mating season. So the spikes are to stop them like attacking you. It's just very common. In Australia, we don't even like look twice at it. It's just a thing. Up on top of your helmet, everyone has cable ties sticking out. It's not to hold the helmet together. It's not because they were lazy. It's to prevent being attacked. See, I've never had any issues with plovers. They're noisy. They don't like you going near their nest. They also nest in the most ridiculous spots. There was one plover that decided to make their nest in the middle of my child's school, like lunch area. So they fenced it off, and then it was just like left alone. Idiot. Right, well, so that's that cut, except for the fact that I'm out of stuff. Because I've used waterproof canvas, we don't need interfacing for that. I will need interfacing for that though. But I've been here a while and I'm sure I'm running out of battery. Always happens, doesn't it? But I feel like we've still achieved a lot. So I have cut out, this just needs ironing with the interfacing. So that's 100% cut. This one still needs the interfacing for the lining. So I do need to cut that. I can probably do that now. And then this one needs the exterior heavier interfacing. But that one's done. That's exciting. I love tubs so much. Where is it? So I've got all the interfacings just up above, hanging out. That's going to be in the way there because I need to be able to put this down flat like so. Well, that is quite impressive. We have the Canada geese that can get quite aggressive. Don't they like guard prisons? I swear I saw something the other day where they have geese guarding a prison. And they attack anyone that tries to leave. I thought that was so funny. So funny. Alright. But no, our birds here are slightly unhinged like the rest of us. We're all slightly unhinged. Like even non-bogan Australians are still slightly unhinged. I've really never met any people that just are like stable and normal. And I'm not talking friends, I'm just talking people in general. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Bam. How do you remember what parts need to be cut? Okay. I don't have an eidetic memory, but I do have a very good memory. My brain just knows. But otherwise, it does say it on a lot of the pattern pieces. I have also made at least 10 of these bags. So it's now just like second nature. Once I've made a bag, let's say twice, I can pretty much just know what's happening. But like also, I don't know if you've ever watched a video where I just don't read the pattern and still make the bag and it still looks the same at the end. Bag patterns all just look like math to me, right? They all go together. All bags go together the same way. There are a very few exceptions to that rule. But generally speaking, bags go together the same way no matter what the pattern is. So my brain just puts them together the same way. All bags need a lining and exterior. Sometimes those pattern pieces are the same, sometimes they're not. They all just kind of look the same when I'm cutting them. I don't know. Like this. I know there's 4 of these, so I'm cutting 4. 2 pieces to a lining, so you need 2. One of them has a slip pocket, one of them has a zipper pocket. So the slip pocket is the bit where I cut out the little notch, and then the zipper pocket was the second one to cut because it's easy to do it that way. Bam! Don't need base stabilizer that's soft because this is like a boxy bottom. What stone is in my ring? This one? Hubby bought that back from Ireland from me when he went there. I've just realized I've put it on backwards, but it's green, so I assume emerald. I have another emerald ring somewhere. My problem is all my rings that I own fit the same damn finger. So rude. Very inconvenient. So I probably need to get them resized or rotate them or something. I like wearing rings. I take them all off when I have to do gardening, but otherwise I like to wear them all the time. And sometimes I take them off when I'm baking, and I was baking yesterday. These ones don't come off, but the rest do. Which is the ring Sandra gave me, which I'm so obsessed with and I wear everywhere. My favorite color is green, so I assume that's why hubby got me a green one. I even have pink nails today. My toenails match. My friend who's getting the pink bag, she came over and we did that. Just for funsies. I'm trying to make peace with the fact that I'm not getting fake nails anymore. So if I make these nails pretty, it might make me feel better. I don't need them. They grow out too quick and they fall off my fingers. It's very rude of them, honestly. Is Ireland known as the Emerald Isle? I actually couldn't tell you. Sounds like a fantasy book I'd read, though. Chop. If I decide to have this as a permanent bag in my collection, I will probably get and or make templates for it. Because this is just taking forever. Cutting the interfacing is much less fun than cutting the fabric, I must admit. Much less fun. Aren't you all glad you came to watch me cut what looks like see-through paper? So fun. Chop. We're getting there. All right. We're getting there. We're nearly done. That's why I like big, chunky, choppy scissors. Also, always lean your scissors on the bench. You get a more precise cut. I have done that in the past, but I I don't do it anymore because I find I waste a lot of stuff unnecessarily. I'd prefer to play Jenga. Like everything, it's time versus money. I have lots of time. I do not have lots of money. So I fussy cut them like this because then I can just heat press them as well. I don't have to iron. Ironing takes longer than heat pressing, in my humble opinion. Bam! Right, so that's that one now 100% cut. All that's left is our thicker exterior interfacing. This is like a small piece I have left over. I'd like to use it up. Tori, I think that is the way for most of us. Yeah, time versus money. Like, there is more efficient ways to do it, but you waste more. Or, even if you don't waste it, you're going to be left with all these interface pieces that are going to start living in a bucket, and you're either going to start hoarding them, which just creates mess, or you're going to have them there for ages, and then, in a hissy fit, throw them out because you haven't used them in 8 months. And why are they still here? So, I mean, if it suits your lifestyle, by all means go ahead and do it that way, but it does not suit mine. Do you find non-woven satisfactory as an interfacing that has stretch? I used to use a non-woven interfacing. I used to use the Birch Shape to Create version, and it was lovely, but it was much more expensive than this. And for a lining especially, I used to put it on lining, and it was like 9 times the price of the one I use now, and you can't really tell a difference. From a lining perspective, you can't really tell. And so I chose not to waste the money where it wasn't needed. If I was making clothes, I would 100% use a high quality woven. 100%. But for what I'm doing, unnecessary. What am I doing? That way? Top. So I do like a woven. On occasion, it is better. For clothing, I would prefer to use it than this, because the more you wash it, the more this is just going to kind of go crap. But on a bag lining specifically, I wouldn't bother. Unless you can get it for like almost the same price as a non-woven. But in my experience, they are much more pricey. So the interfacing I just showed you, the other one, works out to be less than $1 per meter. A 50-meter roll was $35 plus shipping. The non-woven that I used to have works out to be like $14 a meter plus shipping or something like that. And I don't get $13 worth of pleasure out of it, so I don't bother. It's a very good way of looking at things. No, I've never had any issues with it. I always use iron-on. I am not a sew-in interfacing girl, right? So that's another big thing. Some people prefer the sew-in. That is not me. That'll never be me. The whole point of the interfacing is to make the fabric stiffer. In my opinion, it must therefore be sewed on. However, I think that's all I need. Hold on. Oh no. My brain's trying to remember what I'm doing. It's fine. This one. Yeah, no. I always use iron-on. The whole point, like, sometimes I will sew my foam into a seam. Sometimes. 9 out of 10 times, I'm going to cut it to the size I need and iron it in so it's not in the seam allowance. It does greatly depend on the bag you're making, whether you want it in the seam allowance or not. But as a general rule, I'm not putting it in the seam allowance and I'm ironing it on. And so long as you iron it on properly, okay, so this is going to be not fitting, I don't think. I don't think it's going to fit. But that's okay. This can be like something else. I won't throw that out. That's too big to throw out. But it won't sit back up the top anymore because it just won't. Throw it over there. And then grab the actual roll of it that I have. I'm trying to have less. And I had a bunch of these when I was selling it when I first started YouTube. And then we moved up here, and then the end of this got damaged. So we took a jigsaw to it and cut off the part that was damaged, because it used to be like this much longer, because I can still use it. I would never sell it to you like that, but good to go. So it's just shorter than the other ones, and I don't even care. It's still good. This is the undamaged part. I cut off the damaged part, so I didn't have to keep like pulling it out and dealing with it or looking at it or just anything. I regret nothing. So this roll will now still last me at least the rest of the year, probably longer. Cost is a huge factor, especially for people who don't really want to pay for bags. People can't necessarily afford them at the moment. So I do try to keep my costs down. So then I can also hold a sale and it's not going to, you know, send me broke. People love a good sale. I understand that. I don't put my patterns on sale very often because I'm already pretty sure I'm cheaper than like everybody else as it is. But maybe I should do a sale soon. So again, I could have interfaced that whole piece. The other reason I don't bulk interface, and this is a big factor, a lot of my fabrics are 1.5 meters wide, and this roll is usually only 1 meter. This one's even less because I had to cut off the dodgy bit, but they're not the same width. So I'm like, oh, if I've got to stuff around with it anyway, what is the point? That's actually where I get to. If the fabric was 1 meter wide and my interfacing was 1 meter wide and I could just pull it out, iron it on and done, that's probably a different story. But since I have to stuff around and get it to line up and not overlap because then it'll be too thick, and not have a gap because then it'd be too thin and you'd miss a bit, I'm lazy. I don't want to do that. Personal preference, guys. But this is non-woven and it's like as thick as paper, maybe, thereabouts, but it's iron-on. So you can fuse it and then nothing's going to, it just strengthens, especially this stretchy fabric I'm using. You would never use a sew-in. It wouldn't work out. The first time it would catch, it'd stretch, get a ladder, no good. You need to iron it on. I'm a big believer of that. And I'm sure that at least one of you will object, and that's okay. If it doesn't work for you that way, that's fine. For me, must be iron on. It also creates less layers. You got to do less sewing to base it all together. Like, you know. Well, and many people swap their bags out by season. See, there's that too. I change it out when I'm bored of looking at it. Or if it doesn't quite fit the stuff I need, I switch it out. I'm less about season and more about, you know, I find a new pattern I like or something. All the things. Anyway, so that's me now done in the cutting. I have to go and get some of this. I buy it in 1/2 meter lots. 1 meter is too much. It's too hard to store is actually what it is. This bench that I'm leaning on is 60 centimeters deep, which is about 23 inches by the look of the mat. So buying 1 meter, it's got nowhere to go. There's a wall. So I prefer to just buy it in 1/2 meters. It's easier to store for me personally, and I don't have to buy as much at once. Anyway, so that's the bags cut. I'm gonna go down the street, get this, finish cutting, and then maybe tomorrow I will do one of them as a live, and I might even get to the rest of sewing some today. I don't know. I've got 2 Yetis that somebody dropped off yesterday and they want to pick them up this afternoon. So I have to laser those. I gotta get a spotlight, I gotta get ribbon, and I need to get some of this. And then I will show you how I make little labels to put in the seams of things. Because I want to start making some more little things for the market. And I will require little tags for those. Alice in Wonderland handbag would be awesome to see live. I can do the Rowena live if you want. I still have to turn on Neville. So again, I'll do that later. You want to see Alice in Wonderland? She picked glorious things to iron onto the outside of it. It's going to be epic. It's like a whole vibe. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you all for popping in. We ended up with 43 at the moment. So thank you all for joining me with the live. Please make sure you like the video. I can see I've got 22 likes and 43 people, which means only about half of you have liked it. Jump onto that either when you hang up or now or however you do it. And I will probably do another video. I'll probably do a live tomorrow at the same time. So the 8:30 my time, which works out to, I don't know. Depends on where you live, really. It's 9:30 in Melbourne. It's, I don't know what time everywhere else. Anyway.